You are now tuned into the Mlk Honey Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 8th episode of the Mlk Honey Podcast. The last one of the season. Make it happen. Why y'all
You are now rocking with the Mlk Honey Podcast.
Okay, Dose. All right, thank you, Dose. Appreciate you.
All the money in the world.
Stop it. Please stop. They are a hot mess. All right, you guys. So today we are talking about... Do you want to give me a drum roll? And the winner is... everything about ballots. We're going to be talking about voter awareness. We're going to be talking about different things you can vote on, BET and other award shows. We have some sports votes that you should be casting. Woo. And anything else that we want to talk about that can really just make sure you are an informed voter.
You like her? I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so. Oh, God. Don't do that. I hope so. All right, you guys. So as we said, this is our last episode of our first season. Malcolm, please get it together.
Ooh, yo, deadass.
What?
Don't wait. Yo, I know you see.
Deadass?
Hey, deadass. Hey, deadass.
That's how all New York babies come out.
Hey,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Here's your boots.
I'm so sick and tired of
New York
that.
babies come out with
What?
Timbs
The
on.
Timbs on?
They're complimentary Timbs for baby dead ass.
Baby booties, baby Timbs.
All right, we'll wrap it back in. We'll wrap it back
y'all
in.
talking? I hope so.
Stupid. All right,
What
so
y'all talking
the
about?
first thing we're going to be talking about today is the Hive on TV. So, what are some TV shows we can't wait to come back?
Snowfall.
Really?
Real shit.
You like it that much?
Yes.
All right, okay.
How you gonna judge just off how another nigga talk?
I built this.
I built this shit.
I'm so sick.
Hey, no cap, that was a Denzel ass moment.
Yeah.
For real?
Of how another nigga just...
No.
You're not gonna break this empire just how another nigga talk.
That's really it?
Denzel like quality.
That nigga good.
He's
really
that good?
That nigga
That's
good.
3 straight seasons of just fire.
Of fire.
So, what
That
else?
nigga can act.
So, what are you looking forward to, Malcolm? Coming
Watchmen.
back.
It's a show
Yes.
called Watchmen. It's on
Yes.
HBO.
Really?
Okay, so side note, this whole year I've been watching like a lot of black TV. I really am just kind of over white stereotypes and archetypes. Mm-hmm. So I'm only watching black shit. Unless it's like Saturday Night Live or the news or sports, but then sports are already black shit anyway.
Yep.
Nah.
Period.
So yeah, I'm waiting for
Watchmen
to come back. I'm waiting for P-Valley. If you don't watch Lovecraft Country because it just ended.
Why did Malcolm come in the studio this morning in a serious ass conversation about Lovecraft Country with somebody on the phone, and they was really getting hysterical over it? They're serious. Lovecraft, they do more in one season than some of these shows do in a whole freaking 13
I'm gonna keep it
year.
a bug with you.
Just
Every episode of Lovecraft is its own show and could really be a movie.
dead ass.
If
The acting is phenomenal.
If Game of Thrones,
The
ever
acting
comes
is
back, then
phenomenal.
Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones, whatever the next joints are.
I never got into Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna hold nobody. Never gonna hold nobody.
So hard. I'm not gonna cap though. The first like episode, you like, bro, this shit dragged.
I did see the first episode.
And then after that shit, you like, damn, I gotta fuck with it.
You do?
Fuck with it. I fucked with it all the way to the end.
What are you waiting? What are you waiting?
So side note, Chantal doesn't think we know reciprocation very well. So she thinks that we don't
She
ask
thinks
her
we
questions.
leave her out of the threesome.
That's not true, because we are a threesome. We like the modern day Breakfast Club. Look how cute we are.
She thinks we don't care about her in this threesome.
Child, probably not. So I cannot wait for P Valley to come back because I'm not even finna hold
I
nobody.
don't like that. I don't like that.
What?
I don't like that. What day is it? Tuesday? I don't like that. I don't like that.
Y'all, P Valley, honestly, I really wasn't paying attention when Malcolm said, we need to watch this. We need to watch it. I watched it. That was my good Malcolm
It's
voice,
okay.
too.
I already know my Chantal voice. Y'all heard that shit all season, so I'm like,
What? Where's my coffee? Is that it?
It's not Where's My Coffee. My pussy talks.
Shut up.
My pussy talks. Welcome, like you
Shut
said.
up.
So we just had this joke, and we're gonna tell this joke now. Because
What?
it needs to be told. So we just, all of us, like, I have my own corner, like it's called Malcolm's Corner, right? Cool.
It's not Malcolm Corner.
Right, cool, right. Chantal, like when Chantal has her thing, it's Chantal's room. Welcome to my room.
Thank you. Welcome to the girls' room.
Welcome to Mlk Honey, powered by Chantal.
You sound stupid. Leave me
Chantal
alone.
is like the person on the credits, like directed, assistant director, executive
you're
producer,
reading the credits,
makeup. Chantal.
Me.
And then it'd be like a little with the Association of Blatant and Malcolm. Jen and Jamar.
That's so not true, y'all. We are a Live 5 team, and we get shit done. It's a team collaboration effort.
When we answer her call.
When you answer, because you do answer them. You do. Shut up. You're not about to say this thing dropping was a sign. You know what? Anyways, yeah, so I'm ready for P-Valley to come back because the show was fabulous.
Fabulous.
I absolutely loved it. M-I, cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I, Mississippi pride, I. Let me tell y'all, them jams, those are some jams. Fall in love.
Hey, shawty, whose song is that? But that Lil Murder song.
Oh my God. Y'all,
That's in the jail. She jerked that. She did that. Hey, she song that Lil Murder song. Do that bitch.
All right. So next up, we have Buzz on the Street. So Malcolm, what's the buzz on the street?
Woo! The buzz on the street is it is spooky season.
Spooky season.
So the first buzz is what was if you guys have a best costume, what would you guys pick as a best costume, or what would you like to be dressed as this year?
I literally just got done talking to friends about that.
Really? What did you say you wanted to be?
I was thinking about being the Tiger King. I ain't gonna cap. That was one option.
Not Joe.
Not Joe.
Joe Exotic.
No, let me hear your Joe voice then. You have to have his accent, right? Come on now.
I don't know what I would be.
You gotta get it together, like
I think last year I was trying to be I wanted to be the baby because I wanted to get like a fake
baby
buff suit and be like, yeah. But
I thought you were gonna actually try to be like. Actually, never mind.
But this year, shit, I don't even know. Realistically, I'll be going to the Halloween costume and like picking like whatever hip hop costume.
I can see you as a pirate this year.
What the fuck? This is not.
A pirate is easy. You could be a pirate this year.
Welcome to the.
No, that's not how pirates
you can
talk.
be a Jamaican pirate.
Yeah, you could do a Jamaican pirate.
Walk the plank.
Walk the.
Walk the plank.
Bumba clock.
Bumba clots.
That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. What
It
else?
doesn't have to be great.
So wait, what are you really gonna be for Halloween?
Shit, nigga, I'm trying to be drunk. To be honest,
That's not. Stop it. They're so annoying. I cannot stand them.
why you in my business?
You could be a little scrappy.
What?
I'm gonna be a little murder.
I'm be little murder.
That's all you need is like a fur. You need some grills.
But you gotta have the Louis bag with the water bits in them.
Yeah. Gotta do it.
That's how heavier now. Heavier. Yeah.
I wonder what I want
Cause
to
your
be.
mind forever.
I wonder what I would be.
What would you be,
for-
Chantal?
Like, you know,
What?
the gangster girls from LA.
She don't know that shit.
Bandana, the black lipstick.
Oh, that would be me.
What you want to be a cholo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tupac. Everybody saw that. I just put on fake.
Oh, you said you.
Okay,
Yeah, I see it,
you
I see it.
could be. Jamari could be
Like,
Tupac.
Now looking at it.
Jamari
with
could
the hood
be Tupac. Oh my gosh.
on, with the hood on.
Let's cast everybody.
She watching this podcast.
Yo, that's crazy.
Who's
can see
Jen
it.
gonna be?
I could see it.
Probably his son.
Who's Jen gonna be? Jen, what did you want to be?
I don't even know, y'all. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
She don't know yet.
It's okay. Black people really
It's
don't
alright.
like black people don't really like Halloween. Like,
We really
just-
don't,
this ain't-
because
this
we be
ain't-
in church
this
half the
another
time,
hol-
so
this
we were
another-
taught the Halloween
It's
ain't
the
it?
devil. It's the
The devil
devil
holiday.
It's the devil
Yeah.
birthday.
I feel like honestly this year, if I did go up for anything, I'm trying to think what the heck I would do. What, Aaliyah? Maybe I don't know. Like I don't know. I feel like I also could do something. A cheetah girl.
Not Raven.
I did want to do. No, I'm not. First of all,
Okay, so
yeah,
get-
I'll probably be Chanel.
let's get on the.
No, I'm not Aqua. It was Aqua. You
You
sound stupid.
Actually,
Actually, I was. You know who I was thinking about the other day?
Pathway.
I slick was thinking I could go as Joan. I could go as Joan from Girlfriends.
No,
I could go as Joan.
Say it again.
That's actually what I could do. If y'all don't shut up, please turn off his mic. Please turn off his mic. Your mic is off.
Why you gotta
Stop
do
it.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
All right, you guys. So,
I'm sorry.
what else is a buzz on the street, Malcolm?
Pathwith. The
Did you
next,
see them?
all right. So next buzz on the street is Killer Mike's new online banking system.
Fabulous.
Killer Mike and Ti are in cooperation with it, so it's really fire.
T.I. is a part of that too.
Ti is a part of it. He's
Dope,
he's
dope.
putting some money into it. He's funding it.
Yes. So this is the first. If you guys have not heard about Greenwood, this is a really big deal. It's a majority Black and Latinx owned digital bank.
Facts.
So if you
This
guys
is the
don't
first
know
one.
about digital banks, those are your Chimes. What else is the digital bank? Layton, that's a big one.
Chime is
Chime
the
is
other-
big.
Chime is the other big one.
They had other few. So they're like the competitor, completely digital.
Yeah.
But that what makes them different is they're focusing on as well too investing in entrepreneurs and small Black businesses that normally have a harder time getting loans and other assistance from these bigger banks. They also have a feature that I was reading up on that will allow, bless you, that will allow if you turn over your payroll, it's like a 2-day processing. So you could get like your payroll like earlier or something along those lines. And it's for the culture. So that's a really, really big deal.
Also remember, if you live in Atlanta, there's other Black banks that are
Yes.
like Black owned, Black operated.
Yeah, there
like,
are.
There's literally one in the West End, like right across from the street that we always like, right across from the Shell
Citizens Trust.
station. Yeah,
Yeah.
that we always be like, what the fuck is that? That's a Black owned bank. It's like a really big Black owned bank.
Mm-hmm,
So bank Black. Since we're always shopping Black and we're trying to like spend the Black dollar correctly, don't be afraid to bank Black too.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all kind of have a little problem with it, but if you bank with Wells Fargo. Then
Bank of America.
Oh my God.
you already
Right,
know
right,
that
this
there's a few issues with that type of stuff. So it's like you might as well go ahead and
Make
us
this
some-
switch.
give us some brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? As the 70s people call them.
Yeah. All right. So what's another buzz on the street?
So my last buzz on the street
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of Georgia voting and how this is like going correct, but then that's also kind of going incorrect because some people feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
still voter suppression.
There are
So
11-hour waits are not normal.
Yep. So we had an 11-hour wait in the cab last week, and we had a 3-hour wait I think this week somehow, like on like Friday or Saturday, Friday or Thursday or something like that. So please get out and vote if you live in Georgia. And you live in DeKalb, I'm really sorry for you because you're gonna have to sit in these lines. But if you live in Fulton County, North Fulton, South Fulton, whatever, don't be afraid to go to State Farm Arena, Georgia World Congress Center, Georgia National Congress Center,
Yep.
your local church.
They're open.
They are open, and they also, if you look at it, some polling stations have Saturday polling stations and
Yep.
polling times. So please, please, please go vote. Do not sit there and
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all thing work, but like in Georgia, they send you a letter, and the letter tells you like how you voted, like if you voted for these next elections and stuff, and then they tell you like your average score. So like mine was like, I was average because I missed one election. I missed one. I'm sorry,
Sir,
I
you
missed
hear
it.
this?
I missed it. I'm not gonna act like I
Don't
wasn't the
be
problem.
like Malcolm. You
But
have to
I'm trying to get right for it. You know?
Okay.
Whereas I feel like it's some people that we know that have missed all 4 elections since we've been voting.
Yeah.
So get it together. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and vote. I know it's gonna suck sometimes to wait in these lines, but that's what we're trying to figure out. But we also just don't want this orange man in office anymore,
Yeah.
and we just don't want blatant racism out here.
We don't want
So,
that to be
Go vote.
the message we're sending to our kids that it's okay.
Facts. Go
to
vote. Go vote. Because
do this.
this man only cares about one color, and that is green.
Child.
So y'all be safe out there. Go vote.
All right.
And that's my buzz on the street. Those are my bees in my ears.
Malcolm, stop. All right. So next up we have Ballin' with Batiste.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Sue Bird.
Okay.
So Sue Bird is
Who that?
basically the
Period.
LeBron of the WNBA.
Period.
Okay.
She won her 4th title.
Period.
17 years, just like LeBron did this year.
Period.
But
Stop it.
her accolades, like
No,
it's warranted.
Period.
Because her accolades are crazy. She won state championships in high school. She won 2 crowns at UConn.
Okay.
4 WNBA titles.
Period.
4 gold medals.
Period. She's one on every level.
So we need to shout out to Sue Bird.
Okay.
All right.
We happy
My
with
ballin'.
it. The WNBA, they some trend setters. They really will put it out there.
Please, I don't know who's here to watch the joint. Like
Watch
it's
it.
gonna come on next year. Watch it, please. Like they're the best league. They care about activism. They care about black women's rights. They care about women's rights. They care about black people's rights.
No, that's facts.
Like
That
watch
is real.
them, like support them, please,
That is
because
real.
it's like it's so sad that this league that's been like around since
They should get the
96
respect they deserve.
Should get the respect they deserve, and
Yep.
they're already in big arenas, but it's like they should be marketed bigger to major audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Like black girls and white girls should always want to be like the same way black boys and little like white boys want to be like I want to be in the NBA. It should be like girls saying that, like you know what I mean? And it's not because there's not enough representation and shown around, and these people should be in movies and acting shows and all the other shit. So please go support them. Watch the show. I know you may not want to watch it, and sometimes you're like, this is boring because they're not dunking, but they fundamentals are really, really good. And they be sometimes balling. The league is getting better.
Yeah, facts.
No, that's a big deal because I do have a really close friend. She, y'all met her. She played basketball at Duke, right?
Facts.
Y'all met her at my housewarming. And a lot of her friends went on after Duke to go and play in the WNBA. Some of them even went, like international. And it's crazy just to hear like the differentiation between the pay.
Yeah.
Right, especially when they go international compared to staying here,
Here
how
you
much
make
more
it
they
up.
can make out
Here, all
there.
you're gonna make is like you make $60K.
But isn't that crazy? Because
But then over
for
there, you make
men,
billions.
for men, it would never amount to the same, right?
At all.
Never amount to the same. So really recognizing the sport for what they're doing, I think is going to be a really big thing. So
Facts.
I guess that's your little corner lay in. Was that the corner? Like, was that? Y'all need to stop.
Yes,
looking
my
at me like
corner was small because up next is Chantal's house.
Chantal's house, Chantal's
It's
room.
bigger than just a room.
Stop.
It's the whole damn
Stop.
establishment.
Stop it.
Just like that, it's Chantal's state.
Oh my God, y'all are stupid.
Chantal's world.
I
Oh, there
hate
you
y'all.
go. See?
Well, I really don't have that much going on in my corner, you guys, but I will say.
So you telling
So
me
we had a corner for
we
you.
had a corner for you. It ain't shit in your corner.
The raising in
Man,
my
fuck your
corner.
corner.
Well, what I will say, and I
Niggas out
haven't
here
brought this up to Jamari yet, you guys, I think it would be really, really dope if we had some level of like content that I can share about like house tips, like how to make our favorite margarita, or how to get, a really nice house look cheap.
No, you're
So
dead ass
Jamari and I, we gonna start working on that as a project. He just
what-
don't know it yet. So that's
what
my
what's
corner.
named- That's Chantal's
We about to
corner.
do that.
Chantal's corner, we're gonna
That'd be like, nigga, you finna be in the world.
Chantal's corner, we're gonna talk about one show.
Right now, put your phone
We're gonna
on
be
do not disturb.
we're gonna be talking. We're gonna
Chantal-
be sharing with you guys our house tips.
Chantal's corner, we're gonna talk about one show for this next 2 minutes, and this one show
What?
is Girlfriends.
Yes.
Yes,
So, side note, Layton and I just went to a dinner.
you guys
And-
did.
Yeah, and this one girl at the dinner
Mm-hmm.
said that the best character development in the whole show is Tony.
Yeah, without a doubt. Hands
So-
down.
Me personally, I don't see it.
I disagree.
For real?
Me personally, I think the best character development is between William and Maya.
Yes.
Why?
I say William because I'm thinking about it from a male's perspective.
You think about you,
And I also think about me sometimes because I'm like, I'm a guy who has a bunch of women friends.
y'all.
So I
Malcolm
get-
equals Reggie.
So I get
Reggie Hayes is William.
So I get like joking around with your women, like joking around with your women friends, helping your women friends out, also seeing them vulnerable, also them seeing you vulnerable.
He
Also
only called
maybe-
them heifers.
Also sometimes like
Because your women friends really be
because your women friends really do be heifers. But it's like he not gonna call y'all bitches, so he gonna call you heifers. So it's cool.
You really think that was the most character development, Maya?
Now,
And William.
Well, William. I think William had to really grow up because William went from this man who was like
mama's boy.
trying to think about fucking hoes, but can't really figure out how to
He's a
fuck
nice
hoes.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was like slick on some like cool shit because he really knew he liked Jane, but didn't really know how to like Jane because Jane was like just not liking him.
Who's Jane?
I mean, not Joan. My bad. Not
Joan?
I'm tripping.
You see how they do us?
I'm tripping.
Child.
And then you also got the fact that then he goes from like
Or the Monica era.
this whole Monica situation with
Monica,
this marriage.
now that was a very true life scenario.
and I'm sitting there like, bro, this man is growing.
Wow. And I loved Monica in the show. I'm not going to lie. You know the reason why I loved her? Because let's not face it. You could hate Monica for what she is, but she was always up front.
But
She's
she
like,
was- but she
I
was also-
did what I
wanted
did.
His success.
She was
Yes.
But
she was a
wanted-
writer.
She wanted his success, period.
She was a writer.
Which
We're
is
not
rare
going
to
to hold
find.
that
I
from
like
her.
that scene where she explains to him like, yeah, every guy comes to me, but I chose you.
You. Yeah, and she did research on
Yeah,
him.
and they're like fucked up William. Like, yo, dude, like she chose
You know what I heard last night that I thought is so prevalent. I was talking to a couple of friends, and essentially they were sharing with me, honestly, for the men, the right woman will like push a man to be his best self.
Period.
Yeah. And I thought about Monica and William when I heard that, because essentially it's like, you know, we want to show out and do whatever because we want to like keep you. We want to keep you happy. We want to keep you in your life. I thought about William and Monica. So do you feel like you would find a Monica then, Malcolm?
Eventually. I don't think.
You think Monica would be?
But
okay.
I also think that like right now at this age, there's a lot of growth and development that I need to do, that other women need to do. So it's like, it's not necessarily I'm finna just be 24 and find a Monica.
Don't you think it's crazy every time we watch a television show, we try to find the characters or whatever that reflect us?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
You should do that though. Because the only reason I say that because it's like white people get a bunch of shows, like they get all the Friends. And they get
Friends.
Mediocrity.
Yeah, like you should be able to sit there and watch TV as black people and be like, wow, I reflect with this person. Like for example, when I watch Living Single, I'm like, wow, okay, I could see my friend being Maxine. I could see my friend being Queen Latifah, being all these people. Like, you know, you can really see that kind of like mindset. And that's how it should be with television. It shouldn't just be like, this shit is like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm watching Harry Potter and being like, this shit is like outlandish.
While we're still on the 2 minute, did y'all see that whole meme about, oh no, like who you thought the villain was and who the actual villain was for Girlfriends?
I love those.
But for Girlfriends, they were like, who you thought the villain was, it was Tony, and who the actual villain was, which was Joan. And I'm trying to figure out why somebody would think because
Joan self-inflicts herself with wounds.
Yes, that's very true.
And she picks it and then
sabotages.
I don't do that much, but yeah, she does.
And then on top of that, she chooses like, because we only really get to see her, we don't get to see like other people's like point of views until later in the show. So for like 3 seasons, you're just seeing Joan's shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, not even in a bad way. You really are saying, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because you picking niggas that don't like you.
Yeah.
Then you trying to pick niggas that don't like you. Then you want to marry them. You know these niggas don't want to get married. They just want to fuck.
Yep.
Right.
Then you got this whole job problem because you don't really like your job.
Yeah. But Joan also, if you guys really watch the show, one thing that I learned from Joan, and I learned this because I've been watching Girlfriends since we was younger, was that Joan was too much of like, there is a sense of being too there for your friends or something like that.
Yeah,
like
she was.
She was an enabler. Like
not even
to a fault. To a fault.
But I think that's why her and Tony kind of like ended the way it ended. Yeah. But I also think that Tony was like,
the way they ended was Joan's fault, hands down. I don't care what nobody has to say. That was Joan's fault.
A little sometimes too selfish with her shit.
Yes,
and
but everybody knew that. But because you know somebody,
was really good.
Yes,
she was like, my biggest fear is nobody remembering me when I die. I was like, okay, Tony.
That's true.
But she thinks that
way. That's true.
She really thinks that way. Because I kind of joke, but Tony kind of has the mindset of how men think.
Yeah.
Tony has a mentality of men. Like, men we're not told to be selfish. We're inherently selfish.
Yeah.
Like, I have to learn how to be less, like, selflessness. Like, I have to learn that.
Since we're, like, voting as well, too, on this episode, if we had to vote for, like, probably the, like, back then show that really spoke to our generation and taught us lessons, who do you think we have from that generation? We had Girlfriends. What's another show we had back then?
Girlfriends. You have Living Single.
I mean, okay, Living Single.
Have, In Living Color.
In Living Color.
You have
we could put a different world, but
different world.
That's a little
the last
older.
2 seasons you have. Some people don't fuck with the Cosby Show, so the Cosby Show. You have.
So out of all of those, what do you who do you think won then in getting the message across in terms of some of these hardest lessons?
For me, I think it was. Now I'm really liking Living Single, but for a long time it was different in a different world. Because in a different world was like you really see yourself as Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really see yourself like trying to really impress these people.
Whitley.
Really trying to be smart. Really trying to get this woman that doesn't really necessarily love you, but then you realize that like after grad school she's gonna love you.
God, that's triggering.
Like you go through all that bullshit.
Leighton, who's your top choice out of the ones we just named?
That's a great question.
You don't know.
Living Single.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
That show was so good.
I mean, so I was gonna make this point earlier.
What?
As black men, we don't get enough characters.
Child, he said this like several episodes.
We said this every episode.
You only get 2 guys because, like, even in Insecure, we really only have
Lawrence,
and then maybe Daniel.
And
Daniel,
you get Lawrence, and then you get a revolving other character.
Yeah,
a black man.
But like, we don't have like a group. That's just like
there only
Team
movie,
Lawrence.
Like there's no like for example the movie The Wood.
Okay, first off,
we want to be Team Lawrence.
If the
you
movie
gotta be Team Lawrence, like I get it.
I don't understand what Lawrence did that was so bad.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He got cheated on.
Yeah, tell me
What do
did
you
he do that was
mean?
so wrong?
Are we not going to talk about the fact this man was whole laying on Issa's couch?
He was depressed.
Oh, child, we all are.
Come on, bro.
Child.
I mean, I really feel like on some slick shit.
I'm
Issa
not,
was slick and
but I'm
enabler
just
too.
saying.
Fact.
It's
Issa was off for a year. She was an enabler.
Fact.
Very true.
So it's like if you're an
However,
enabler, like, you can't get mad that this nigga's also. Then this nigga's sitting there like he a black man in tech.
I think
and he's
also
trying to get
too,
this
you
job.
have to consider that Lawrence, he was. This is gonna sound so bad, but I feel like that how Lawrence and Issa played out is so common in our generation too. It's like they met each other in a pretty decent state. Something happens to one of them and it's like it falls off and it affects them, and then the other person feels like, well, dang, this is not who I fell in love with or who I want to be with anymore. Let me go ahead and move to somebody who's now like on the level I want to be. And then when they meet back in time together, they're two completely different people, so they got to relearn how to be with one another again.
That's life.
That's life.
Yes.
I like that. shit.
That's literally
Life.
I'm like,
it's
ain't nothing
the
wrong.
circle of
But
life.
all we're trying to say is that like there should be more shows. Like I don't know if y'all seen the movie The Wood or the movie The Brothers. Those should be series. There should be black shows where black men can see themselves in them, and they're not just like an accessory to a black woman.
You know what show I love though, y'all? I'm not even gonna hold nobody. Deliver Us from Eva. I watched it the other day, and that really spoke to a lot of different things.
Yeah,
you need to watch Deliver Us from Eva.
You never seen that shit, bro?
You need to watch it.
You definitely should have watched it, Chantal, because you're Eva.
Sir.
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's the Gabrielle Union movie. You seen it?
Oh, okay.
You know,
With LL Cool J
You seen it.
and Gabrielle Union.
You've
You've seen it
for years. I don't know if you still are Eva, but for years you were Eva.
No.
Okay. Anyways, all right,
I'm
next-
just a strong woman.
next
He
subject.
just be mad.
So let's get the vote. Let's get the voting.
All right, but no, first up, before we get voting, one thing quarantine has taught us. So, a positive in the worst of times. Look, you guys, this October, we about to be closing out this end of the year, and it's our last episode of our first season.
Ooh,
There's
season.
a lot of things quarantine taught us. So, what is one thing it taught you?
Which way we going?
I could go first, but I want Leighton to.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just go.
Go ahead, Leighton.
You have a lot of time in the day to do what you want to do.
That's facts.
what I've learned.
No.
facts.
Emphasize what you.
Like what you want to do.
No, that's
Facts.
true.
So like schedule it out, stick to it.
And do it.
If somebody's not on your schedule for the day,
It's okay.
ignore the damn call.
It's
Ignore
okay.
the email.
No
they will
problem.
get over it.
They'll get it.
Nobody owns your time but
Period.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, quarantine.
As the DC people say, purred.
Purred. That's how they say it. Malcolm, what
Deadass.
did quarantine teach you?
This is corny, but I think quarantine's taught me like patience in a sense, but then also life is your own journey. Like, so stop thinking like you're gonna get to this destination. You really should enjoy this journey that you're on. And then this journey is gonna be really, really unique to you. Like, it's not gonna be someone else's journey just because you want somebody's same job.
Right.
So like just because me and this other person may want to be A&Rs, their journey might be
Different
A to
from
B,
yours,
but you might
yeah.
go through A to Z. But you needed A to Z. Because I think this year I was like, I don't need that shit, and I'm like, damn, I needed every lesson I got.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I liked every lesson. Like, I didn't like it
Yeah.
at the time, but I was like, damn, I liked that shit. That shit was good.
Yeah.
I needed that shit. That shit helped me grow. So it's your own journey. Don't compare to anybody else's. You can ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You can sometimes even say like, damn, I think this shit sucks sometimes. That's cool, and talk about it. But understand that like it's not about the goal. It's about the whole process of getting there. Because that shit is more important.
The
And then you're
process
gonna enjoy
teaches
the
you
process.
more,
You're
yeah.
gonna enjoy the process. You're gonna enjoy the process.
I hate when people say enjoy the process, but I think
You're going
it's
to enjoy
so
it. You're gonna enjoy it. I
incremental.
joke, but like the way Atlanta's set up, like there's a phrase in Atlanta that I've heard since I was like a kid, and it's like you stay down till you come up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's an Atlanta phrase. Like I'd be like, bro, like you know, nigga, bro, I'm staying down till I come up, and you be like, damn, what the fuck does that mean? And once you get in it, you start being like, oh, I gotta just be quiet and just learn. I gotta
Lay
be a
low,
fly on the wall.
build,
I gotta
Yeah.
it take 10 years to be a one night success, like overnight success
Yeah.
type shit. So it's like there's other phrases that compare to that, but it's like just stay down till you come up, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true. I'm trying to think what has quarantine taught me.
Not you had both of us talk and then you still don't
Y'all over here looking at the game. I'm sick. So
What is that? West Virginia?
let me think.
That's the Big Ten.
All right. So quarantine has taught
He
me
like it.
it's never too late to start over.
Thank you.
Ding ding ding.
I'm
Never too
serious.
late.
It's
Ding,
never
ding,
too
ding.
late
The
to
time
start
is now.
over.
Ding ding ding. It's never too late.
I feel like if it wasn't for quarantine, I probably never would have gotten the chance to focus my energy expanding out to other things I'm passionate about.
Okay.
No, get on my nerves.
I'm listening.
I think it's really important for us. Look, I'm the type of person, I'm very goal oriented.
Facts.
And I think sometimes it clouds me because I feel as though, well, I'm going through the process of going through all the right steps. Why isn't something happening like now? Right?
how it works, yeah.
And the thing is that I will never forget, like, even when we were starting this idea that we had, it's just like, why wouldn't you want to just start as soon as possible to get feedback to make it better?
Yeah.
Like, progress over perfection is such a higher grade of what we should look forward
Which
to.
I'm happy you like that because I feel like sometimes you are used to be for a long time a perfectionist.
Yeah. So,
I feel it.
you know, that's just an important aspect to think about.
Let's get into
All right.
this. I'm here for it. Ballots beware. So all of us. So the way this works out is that all of us have our own certain thing that we're personally voting for, or we think you should be voting for. So we're gonna tell you guys what we think you should be voting for and how you should vote. And these are, just cool ass elections that we like.
Okay.
So, Chantal, you wanna go first?
I mean, we have the most common one that everybody's been talking about is the presidential election. Let's just be honest. This is a really incremental year because not only is it 2020, we're in a global pandemic. This is our first ever voting in a global pandemic, which comes with its own obstacles to go through. But I think what people need to realize is that even if you feel as though, wow, this candidate is not speaking directly to every need I have, it's very rare that you're going to find a candidate that will check
You're never
every
going to.
single item on your list. Like healthcare, they're answering every single one you care about.
So
in environmental.
Are you voting donkey or are you voting elephant?
I will always vote donkey. I've been a Democrat. So the reality of the situation is that when you're voting for the presidential, you're not just voting for the president, okay? You're voting as well too. You all know the Electoral College picks the winner. You have to think through, okay, well, if this president gets into office, who is going to be on their bench, right? So who are they going to appoint? Who are they going to put as officials? And that also drives a lot of local elections. You guys, local elections are also taking place in majority of your states. Your local officials dictate how you live your life on a day-to-day basis. They dictate what are your roads looking like? They dictate what are your local schools going to be doing. So I suggest that everybody look through the candidates. I will be voting, of course, Biden-Harris. I personally know this is his third time going around the chart. But look, we need to get Trump out of office. And let's not forget, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris did say she is looking to forgive HBCU loans. And I know Joe as well said all undergraduate loans. So you guys, you have to think about what your future needs to look like. So that's that on my presidential election ballots beware section.
Thank you.
But if you want further information as well too for your local, I think they also have those for the different general sites. They'll just show how you can do your how is it? Like your mail-in ballots.
Google it.
Please Google that and make sure you do it.
Google the candidates, read it out, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like, vote.
Yeah.
Please. So on a lighter note and a happier note, because I feel like that was serious.
Child, you saw how they zoned out. They don't like it.
I would look at you.
Leia tried too hard.
I'm doing some of the BET Hip Hop Awards for 2020. So
what?
they come
Hold
on,
y'all. Did you hear who's hosting it?
I don't care.
You didn't hear it? It's the
Me.
okay, go ahead.
Who is it?
It's what's his name? Is it DC Young Fly and Chico Bean?
Okay.
From
I guess I'll laugh.
Yeah.
So okay. So here we go. So I chose a few of the categories, and we're just gonna go through it. So hip hop artist of the year. So I have they have DaBaby, they have Drake.
Why does Drake get nominated every single year for everything?
He has a song every year.
He has a hit every year.
Future, they have
Jeez.
Little Baby, they have Megan Thee Stallion, they have Roddy Ricch. Me personally,
Roddy.
I feel like Roddy Ricch should
Yep.
win because he had y'all bumping to an album for 3 months, 5 months.
Dead.
Or,
Serious.
Or Lil Baby, because Lil Baby's album was really good this year.
Yes,
or
it was.
Megan,
I didn't get into Lil
or
Baby
Megan Thee
until
Stallion. Or
this
Megan Thee
year.
Stallion.
Lil Baby's still making hits on
Yeah.
features too.
On God.
That's
Okay.
facts.
No, he does.
So the next category I have is I don't even like that one. Let's go. So Song of the Year. So Song of the Year, they have Life Is Good with Future and Drake. They have Bop by the Baby. They have the Baby featuring Roddy Ricch, Rockstar. They have Drake, Tootsie Slide. They have Megan Thee Stallion, Savage Remix, and they have Roddy Ricch, The Box. Me personally, I think it should be maybe Roddy Ricch, The Box, or Bop by the Baby.
I think it's the box.
I don't
What,
think
for
it
hit of
should
the
not be. It should not be Life Is Good, but it's probably going to be Life Is Good.
Why?
Because the way people vote, it's probably going to be Life Is Good. I'm not even going to be surprised.
For real?
I'm gonna be real. Ever since that song came out, life
Uh-huh.
was not good. Like,
Period.
life was not good.
Period.
Life was not good.
That was everybody's caption.
So
too.
one of
No,
the
like,
so
for real,
another
like, life was not good.
another one I have is Hustler of the Year. So Hustler of the
Okay.
Year, they have Cardi B, they have DJ Khaled, they have Jay-Z, they have Megan Thee Stallion, Rick Ross, and Travis Scott.
We need
Me personally,
Meg.
I think it should be Travis Scott or Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I think it should be Meg.
Nah, Travis.
Not even
The
for the
reason
whole
I'm saying
nobody.
Travis Scott is because this McDonald's deal was crazy.
Definitely.
After seeing this Cacti, then he did what's the name too? He did Astro World. He did Astro World virtually.
That was
through,
true. He did
what's that-
virtual
what's that
Astro
joint?
Fortnite.
Through Fortnite.
He did
He was
Fortnite?
the first one to do Fortnite.
Jamari is
concert.
going up. I feel like you are a huge Travis Scott
Then we
fan,
have
aren't you?
Megan Thee
You're
Stallion.
not. I feel like
I say
he
Megan Thee
looks like
Stallion because Megan Thee Stallion had this whole she's basically been on every remix
Major.
with every
Yes.
major woman artist this year.
WAP was really cute.
She making hits off features too.
On God.
She does.
She's making hits.
WAP
on
was
features.
really good.
And this is shit. This is her single featuring somebody. It's not like she's.
First of all, she should just get it. She had freaking Beyonce on the Savage remix. Y'all know Beyonce don't be coming out her house to do nobody's feature. She had Cardi. She had the Lil Baby. She had Da Baby.
So
Like
the
come on.
next nominee I have is Best Duo or Group. So they have Chris Brown and Young Thug for the Slime album. They have the City Girls. They have Earth Gang. They have Jack Boys. They have Migos, and they have Run the Jewels.
Y'all already know who I'm picking.
Who should win this
City Girls.
Who should win is the City Girls.
City Girls. They made.
That's who should
First of
win.
all, they had a leaked album. A leaked album and still
gonna
made that
happen-
shit shake.
What's really gonna
Are
happen
we
is I'm not gonna be
serious?
surprised if the Migos win. I'm not.
Why? What did they do this year?
Because they're still a group and niggas are always.
What did they
doing
do?
that shit. Jack Boys are the ones that.
No,
do
no, no,
Travis
what-
Scott.
Oh.
They gonna have Jack. No, Migos is out.
Amigos didn't do anything like incremental this year. The City Girls should win. They had a whole freaking leaked album, and they still made that ish pop.
And then my last one I'm gonna do is we're gonna do best live performer. So best live performer, you have Big Sean, you have DaBaby, you have Drake, you have Megan Thee Stallion, Roddy Ricch, Travis Scott.
What are they basing this off of?
They're basing this off of the past year, so 2019 to now.
live
They need to give
performance?
Best live performer.
Travis Scott,
Should be
hands
Travis
down,
Scott.
hands down. Travis,
It
hands
should be
down.
Travis Scott, and I've basically been blessed to see all these people in concert. Travis Scott should
My
win.
freshman year, like
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Travis
I've
Scott's
seen everybody
homecoming
concert.
concert, people
Travis
went
Scott.
psychotic.
And
It
Drake,
was really,
and Drake
really
puts
good.
on a really good show, but it's just
Yeah.
not Astro.
Travis.
It's not.
Astro
No.
World literally had like,
when Travis Scott and Drake performed, they brought LeBron. Like
Yeah.
come on,
Travis Scott.
come
Yeah.
on, Travis Scott.
Travis is
Scott
crazy.
literally brought around a whole carnival.
He did.
Literally brought around carnival sets and highlights and everything.
Wait,
then he had a
who?
whole carnival festival in Houston.
Yes.
Where he
The
was the
marketing,
headliner.
his marketing team is
Astro
fabulous.
World. I mean, it's easy.
His
when you
PR
pick-
agent
when you pick
is
something that you can really market off of,
getting
like
it.
Astro World. Like I can
No,
make,
that's
you know what I'm saying? I
everything.
can make an amusement park. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's dope.
So for artists, if you listening out there, I don't know. Tip of the day for me is just pick something you can easily market off of and
Yeah.
create and make it your own world and your
Yeah.
own space. Do not pick something that everyone else is doing, and do not pick something that you think is a good complex or thought idea that's really not.
I love my female artists, but I feel like there are so many female artists that are like moving off of like the Meg, City Girl.
I know sex sells. I know
I
can be in these
understand
tight
it,
fits.
but if that's not your true lane, like, can we get a new lane?
No,
Yeah,
there's-
can we get something a
there's
little
artists-
different?
There
like,
are artists out there that don't do. There are a bunch of artists out there that don't do that. It's just y'all don't support them. So you can we
Flo,
can-
I love
so
Flo
we can
Milli
say
though.
that. So we can say that. Oh,
Flo
why is
Milli
every-
shit.
We can say every girl's doing that shit, but it's like y'all aren't supporting the ones that aren't doing that shit.
Like
so
who?
So like Kiana Lede.
bro.
Or like there's a woman. Her name is. There's a group. Her name is Oshun.
Yeah, she's
Oshun
amazing.
is a group. There's a girl named Nitty Scott. There's a girl named there's a Grammy Award winning.
Not Jen and I are looking at each other like, okay.
There's a Grammy Award winning woman. Her name is Rhapsody.
Of course, people love Rhapsody.
Like all these women are rappers who don't sell sex. Yet and still you don't like them.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Princess
Anyways.
Nokia.
Y'all don't bang their shit.
Y'all don't bang their shit.
I mean, that's not true.
Y'all don't bang their
it's the
shit.
truth.
Okay, anyways, like we were moving forward, I don't think that's it. I just feel as though to be different, it has to be for
It's
real.
the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing on the. It's the same thing on the hip hop scale too, because it's a bunch of good ass rappers that y'all don't like because they don't talk about trap shit.
Like who?
Like Reason. Reason just dropped the album last week. Y'all weren't really supporting Big Sean's new album. Y'all weren't really supporting this other name, Collaborate. Y'all don't really support Larry June. Y'all don't really support Dom Kennedy.
I love Dom
And
Kennedy.
all these rappers are rapping
These
now.
girls
Also,
don't like them
you
honey.
got Benny the Butcher. You got Griselda. So you could pick.
I just
any,
want y'all to know he's
you could
dropping
pick,
facts right
You
now.
could pick any
Okay,
region.
but the reality is, I think he's speaking to the population. I understand it, but the reality of the situation as well too is like, I feel like if you're gonna be different, like J. Cole came out with the joint, and J. Cole was very different, and it took him a long time. However, when people really bump with J. Cole, because J. Cole, his lyrics just, it was on a different type of level.
Took y'all a whole
I don't
album.
know.
It took y'all a whole album. Y'all didn't start liking him till Saint
Born Sinner.
Born Sinner.
I
Y'all
don't
didn't
think
like
so.
Friday Night Lights. Y'all didn't
Yes,
like the
I
come
did.
up. Y'all didn't like the warm up. Y'all
We
didn't like the
liked
blow
Friday
up.
Night Lights.
Y'all liked
banging.
y'all like Born Sinner, and then y'all love Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah.
Do not sit there and act like this. Y'all didn't like Kendrick when Kendrick was out here.
People didn't
making
like
Section
Kendrick
80
first.
Y'all didn't like Section 80,
but we love Mad City.
but y'all love Mad City.
Okay, fine. We get the point. But in other news, let's talk about some sports, because y'all know Malcolm gets very riled up whenever we talk about music.
It's a passion.
I mean, I don't have a lot for sports. The
You
only
don't?
league right now that you can vote on is the NFL. So who you want?
Really?
Okay, so who do you think? Let's do that because we'll do
Russell.
it. So
Give it
who?
Russell.
Are you serious?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson should
Over
definitely.
For
Aaron
what?
Rodgers.
I'm sorry, for what?
For MVP.
MVP. Oh no, MLB.
League?
Freddie
Okay,
Freeman.
so
it's two.
Okay.
League MVP. is
Okay.
MLB, NFL.
All right.
And the NFL should be Russell Wilson.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And then Major League Baseball should be the Braves, Freddie Freeman.
Period.
What are the other options that we're
Okay.
thinking about
We
league
can also-
MVP other than Russell?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
You always got Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
Somehow they're gonna
But Pat's
put,
very
Somehow,
young.
Tom
Russell-
Brady's going to enter the
They're gonna put Tom
Why do
Brady in
people
there.
love Tom
'Cause
Brady
Brady's
so
the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
much?
He's the GOAT. Championship wise, he's the GOAT. Like I have to respect it.
How many rings he got?
He has 6 rings. He's the most.
6.
Individually-
No, like there's no
individually,
other
no
NFL
one's doing that.
quarterback that has
Individually, no one's doing that.
6. He's the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Then I'm also gonna
Sure.
put in there. I wanted to put Julio in there. They're gonna put some wide. They're gonna put some random wide
love
receiver.
Julio.
They're gonna put some wide receiver in there at the bottom, and then they're not gonna win because they're just gonna. They only give it
Why?
to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The MVP, league MVP, only goes to QBs.
Yeah.
Didn't
Historically,
OBJ give one?
No, what the fuck?
who?
No.
Who did Jamari say?
The league
Odell.
don't. The league hates OBJ. The
Yeah.
league. Hates,
Really?
Everybody hates him.
the league hates that man.
And people hate him.
People really.
People don't like. You like him that much?
That's my
Jen?
husband.
That's my baby
I
daddy.
also think MVP. What is it? NBA MVP should have been different. It should have been LeBron James.
It should have.
It definitely.
Who
should
was
have.
it?
Or
Who was
Anthony
it?
Davis, but
Or Andy
not-
Davis. Not
Who
Giannis.
was it?
Giannis out of the
Antetokounmpo.
Kumpo. Hell no.
What?
Hell no.
Giannis.
Really?
The only MVP I've seen that got right was ironically of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Of course.
I had my facts
Asia
right.
Wilson should have won that. Asia Wilson won that, and I'm happy.
So why didn't? I wonder if
Asia
does
Wilson's
the NBA
valid.
like LeBron for real? For real?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is
So
the
then
league-
why
the
didn't
league
he
likes him.
get-
He's the poster child.
So why did they give it? So how do they
Okay,
determine?
so the way they determine this situation is that if I pulled you away from this team, could this team still go to the playoffs and win?
and if it's a no, that
If it's
person's
a no,
an
then
MVP.
you're probably not as valuable as you think you are.
Yeah.
So
No, if it's a yes.
if it's a
yes.
yes, you
Okay.
yes, you're fine.
All right.
So realistically, if Antetokounmpo was off of the Bucks,
They would not. Make
they
it
would
to
probably not be there. They would not
as
go.
easy as the East is.
They would still
Yeah.
not.
They
be there.
still didn't make it. To
They
the
still didn't make it to the championship. So I'm like, why would we even pick this person?
That's crazy.
Why are we giving it to them? So it should have been LeBron James.
Okay.
So I'm happy that he at least won Finals MVP because I'm like, y'all.
Oh,
not
okay,
gonna-
so he
y'all
won
not
Finals
gonna-
MVP.
Y'all not gonna hold this man twice.
Okay. So we can't be super mad at them. Okay, we can still be mad at them.
That's what I'm saying. You just gotta be okay with it because he won the championship. So it's like if he didn't, let's say he didn't win the championship this year at all, then you sit there and be like, damn, this nigga might just want to like say I'm done, and you gotta accept it.
Fuck it.
What will LeBron do? Well, he has so many other things.
He's going to be a commentator.
School. You really think he would be a commentator? Because I don't think he would. I'm not going to hold you. Yeah.
He might eventually
I feel like he wants to be an owner. Yep.
He is good at it.
Yep.
That-
I'm not going to hold nobody. LeBron's team really
if
be
he's a
holding it
GM,
down.
Whatever team that is, I'm supporting.
He's actually already a GM.
He's already a GM.
Like,
For
he
what?
built
The
that
Lakers?
Lakers
Kind of. Yeah, he did.
Any team he's been on, he's put that
built-
team
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Because he put the.
Okay, can someone explain to me the true responsibilities of the GM?
I'm
Because half the time I feel like they're the coach at some points. Because half the time I feel like they run more.
You have your own. You a team. Every
So
team
do
has
you
their
think
own HR.
a GM really, in terms of pull, do you think a GM has more pull than the coach?
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. For example, the biggest GM that people love is Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
Jerry Krause was over the Chicago Bulls. Mm-hmm. Jerry Krause is the reason why Michael Jordan was drafted.
Right.
Then he's also the reason why we changed the coach to Phil Jackson. Then he's also the reason why we added in Dennis Rodman from Detroit. Right.
Okay.
Then we're gonna draft Scottie Pippen. Cool.
Yep.
Then we're gonna get rid of Cartwright, or was it Cartwright? Larry Cartwright, Bill Cartwright,
Bill Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright. We're gonna get rid of him. Then we're gonna add in Steve Kerr.
Okay.
Like, that's a GM. My job is to put together
You
The
build
best
the
team.
literally
You build the
the
team.
best team I can get.
And the coach trains the talent.
Facts.
Yes.
Okay.
But but the GM also handles salary cap.
Big facts.
You handle how people get paid. That's
I
why
feel like, so who handles more of the brand? Is it just like a CMO type joint?
You have
handles the
president.
brand of?
You got the president. You do have
The
a chief
president
You have a
still?
chief market.
Okay.
You have everything a
So,
regular business has.
so a GM is really just there to more so manage, scout, and gather the
Yes.
correct
You
talent
build
to
the
build
team.
like I'm the, person
roster.
when
Okay.
they call the person for the trades
Okay.
and everything like that, or for the draft. Like I'm the one that picks up the phone and says, "Okay, we're getting
That's
Michael
why
Jordan."
Bill
Click.
Belichick is the greatest coach of all time.
Okay.
Facts.
Because he's the GM
And the coach. So when you have people like
Yeah.
LeBron James who are just sitting there putting things together, like Michael
He's a
Jordan,
player in the GM.
Michael Jordan
you know?
sat there and was like, says it like, "I didn't put this team together. They put this team around me."
Yeah.
LeBron is like, "No, I put this team together, and then we end up winning."
Okay.
So he's already a GM.
I just don't see LeBron becoming a GM.
Oh, he's
GM,
fired.
though.
My man's.
I don't think so. You know
after
why?
watching that
No,
Cleveland stuff-
LeBron. I really think LeBron is on that Jay-Z wave. LeBron wants to be an owner, and I can see
you can-
LeBron
you can be
even
both.
just starting his own
be
team.
both.
Do you know-
I don't even think. I
know-
wonder if
you know-
he would
he's not gonna start-
revamp.
he's not gonna start his
I
own
could
team.
see him as well too, just completely revamping. If he, say for instance, he takes the Lakers, which I don't know.
No, Jenny
it's
Buss is
never
not
going to
sure. Jenny Buss is
happen.
not-
But
Jenny Buss is
whichever
not
he
selling.
goes to,
So
what he's
like-
going to go is probably like a smaller team or not.
He'll go to Cleveland. He'll take his
Okay,
own team.
Yeah.
and then he'll literally
He'll
build
buy
it
it.
from the ground up,
You
rename
must
it,
not know.
everything.
No, he's not.
Do you
You
know-
really don't think
I'm not
he would?
renaming
No,
anything.
because he doesn't really control that. Like these teams are corporations.
They're
in the
trustees
league.
and everything. So when we change stuff,
And
we have to vote.
families own a lot of
I
these
think-
teams.
Like when we
Cleveland
changed from the
is
Bobcats to the
insane.
Hornets, like when Charlotte changed from the Bobcats and Hornets and
Yeah.
back, like they had to vote for that as a trustee board. And
Well,
then they're like,
Charlotte's
it makes sense
trash
because
with
the
that.
Hornets used to be a
Sad.
league.
Yeah.
Or I mean a team. But with but what's his name? Jerry Jones is his own GM, owner, and like he has
President,
it
damn
on
near.
he has it on his car, on his business card. It says Dallas Cowboys owner, GM, president. So he's
That's
literally
insane.
Which is why everybody
That is insane. So you guys want to know something fun? Leighton and I were actually supposed to one day own our own team or run our own team. Look at Leighton's face, y'all. Y'all close in on that. Y'all close in on that.
I support it. It's
because
probably
he knows that shit would be fire.
It's
That
probably gonna
brand
be
would be
it's
next
either gonna be a
level.
baseball team or
Leighton,
a
that
basketball
brand
team.
would
Hockey
be
team.
next
That's
level.
real shit, though.
And then we gonna have Malcolm as the DJ. That brand.
I'm not about to minimize my man's as the fucking
You're
DJ.
wildin'.
Malcolm's gonna be over extracurricular activities.
You're wild.
He's gonna be
Anyways,
over the brand
All I'm trying to
activities.
say is that like
It's gonna be fun.
a GM is really important. You could really be a GM. And
I can see Malcolm doing something with a
LeBron is
GM.
definitely one of the best GMs we've ever
all
seen.
time.
My man traded the whole Cavaliers away to get new Cavaliers, and they won.
I could just see him being.
Then he traded.
But
then
half the
then
time,
real quick.
Yes.
So going back to the topic of voting. Why should or should you not vote? Does anybody want to take
About
okay, so I'm not,
just general presidential election. Why
No,
we
just
should,
voting in general,
or
my
just
nigga.
in general.
in general
Yeah,
voting.
take it however which way you
I'm
want.
gonna
Okay.
keep it a cap.
What?
I ain't vote. There was last year I didn't vote. So last year I didn't vote because
Last year for local.
whatever
Last presidential election.
No,
Last
I voted for the
pre-
presidential election.
Okay.
Whatever.
Statewide.
There we go.
Statewide.
So state, Senate wise, everything like that. I didn't vote. I'm gonna keep it a vote with you. Partially because I didn't see any change in my community already, so I was like,
Very
person
common.
We voted for it didn't make sense. And then two, I also kind of felt like they suppressed the vote, and then I was the one that got suppressed because I was like, shit, these lines kind of long. Shit, it's hot outside.
You see
Shit,
all
ain't
of
no
this?
water. Shit, ain't no seats. Then I was seeing my friends in Alpharetta. Oh, it was gonna take me 10 minutes. So I'm like, damn, I'm getting suppressed. Shit, it's only 3 polling stations in here. Damn, it's about 50 people outside. Then we at the church. I got suppressed. I was like, I'm going to take this suppression. I'm not voting. So I get why people don't vote because, honestly, if you're in a black community or if you're in a POC community, you don't see change. So what am I voting for? Period. I don't see change. Why am I voting?
I mean,
and I guess you're voting for change, but it's like
but you also have to remember, to a certain extent, a politician's job is to sell a certain extent of a dream. It is. That's what politics is about. Politics is about big picture. It's not about local level, what we're going to be doing. And I think what makes a difference, though, is in your community, if you don't see the change. Look, Spelman says, be the change you want to see in the world. If you don't see the change that's coming into play of what you think should be happening, you better get on somebody's team. Why don't you run yourself? What's wrong with people from the community running?
What's that Spelman that's running for her
Mary?
Joint? Did she win? She won, right?
Mary, like,
it's some
Hector.
It's some joint that's like, she's like 2021 or 2020.
Yeah, she's after our year.
She won that joint. She won that
fabulous.
Joint. She just won that joint.
But see, that's an example of just like what you should be doing. If you don't see people necessarily reflecting things you think the community needs, what's wrong with you filling that gap?
That's facts.
And I am such a fan. One thing I love about Atlanta is such a big town to where younger elected officials are now coming into power. And I think that's a really good thing when we see younger people in office. So why not do it yourself?
Oh, I was going to talk about Sierra. She just won her spot in the city council.
Yes. So why you shouldn't vote? I mean, that we just discussed that. Why you should vote is because, look, do we want to really have a history lesson here? And how many people had to fight to get your rights to vote?
I know.
We couldn't vote. But the reality is, let's just be honest. People don't want us to have a voice. And if we don't use it, I'm scared one day they may try to take it away again if we don't use it in the correct way. So please vote.
So please vote.
All right, you guys. So the last item of the day we're going to be talking through is our Ask Mlk and Honey. So Malcolm has a story. We're going to comment on it, and then we're going to be out.
Oh, Jesus. Let me find it. Well, while we're doing that, thank you guys for listening to season 1.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it.
We got through season 1. Thank Jesus.
Thank you, God.
We're also still taking questions. So if you So you want to put some questions in there, don't be afraid to be like, hey, I have a question. So we can figure it out. Okay.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I feel like that's how people say they have a question.
That's
like
so
you kind of say it
true.
kind of small, like I have a question. Okay.
The moon, and I can't let it go. It's a natural belong to me, belong to you, although we go.
Okay, so here we go.
Sorry.
Okay. So this is one of the questions that I thought was just like, what the heck? And it reminds me of a situation that I'm going to laugh about later that we're going to talk about. Okay. So had problems with my girlfriend, so I cheated with a coworker.
Wait, what?
Caught herpes and COVID.
Wait, what?
Girlfriend accused me of not loving her and forced me to have sex. She hasn't caught COVID, but likely she has herpes. How do I handle this after she's tested? Side note, I'm also still seeing the coworker. So when I read this, I thought about the thing from Why Did I Get Married, where it's like, you got BD? Marcus, you got BD?
Marcus!
And then she's like, you got BD from Greg. He's like, well, I ain't gay. And then she's like, oh, it's because I slept with him. I already got my shot. I was just waiting for you to say it.
Boom. That boom got me every single time.
He said, I'm gonna kill you.
Well,
Other
than the fact that he's
got seen on the plane. I'm sorry.
If y'all don't be quiet.
So funny.
Other than the fact that he's trifling.
He is. He very much does. That man is very. But you also got to remember that Tyler Perry markets off trifling black men. Like, y'all like that shit. Like,
but the story that you provided too, that dude's trifling.
Oh, he's definitely trifling. So, the irony behind this story is that he's telling it from the male's perspective. So it's from his perspective. Like, he's like, what should I do?
Well, what you should do is you should tell her, because that's something she's going to now have to live with for the rest of her life.
For the rest of her life.
That's not treatable.
I don't know how that works.
She's going to have to live with it. You take medication, I believe.
All herpes are like that, right?
Well, no. You have different, I think people, like, herpes is, I think, an extension of, like, the cold sore, too, that you can get. So, technically, Like, I think there's different levels, but the herpes that the person is talking about is something they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're just going to have to manage it. So if he did give it to her, I mean, he needs to tell her. I think Layton may have a perspective on this, but he needs to tell her. And as well, too, I mean, she going to leave him if she's smart.
If she's smart.
If she's smart.
It's simple. Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
But the thing about it, too, is just like, you know what someone told me the other day? They're like, men can't handle the truth and women don't want to hear it. Women don't want to hear the truth and men can't handle the truth. I don't know.
I think to an extent that's correct.
You really think so?
To an extent, yeah, because I think that sometimes when men go out and do whatever they want to do, like when men get cheated on, and then the woman tells them they get cheated on, they have like a whole like breakdown and yeah, but then they also like, why did you have a breakdown when you were cheating? Like, why didn't you have like that kind of mindset? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did you have a reciprocation mindset where you thought about that? Now that you're actually being hurt, you're now concerned when you should have been concerned about like
Hurting?
Yeah, hurting somebody.
Child, because people are at the core selfish.
That you quote unquote love.
Child, people are at the core selfish.
That's facts.
Human condition as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I think you're definitely right. To an extent, a lot of men can't handle truth. But I also think a lot of men are really like fragile inside. They just like,
of course.
They just put on this persona to like, you know.
Very much.
Because that's what they see and that's what they think masculinity is.
That much too. All right, you guys. So that is it. I can't believe we finished the first season, you guys. We hope you come back for our second season, and we will be having moving forward guests. It's going to be super, super fun. We'll be, of course, taking from our Instagram topics that you guys want us to cover for the second season, and we'll see y'all next year. Bye. Whoop,
Bye,
whoop. Awesome.
To the Mlk Honey Podcast.